Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multi asset and multinational hedge fund. By multi asset, I mean we actively covering our positions in multiple asset classes. While multinational, I mean we cover at various locations. But like I repeated many a times, and I would continue to repeat all the times that we are a proprietary hedge fund. By proprietary, I mean to say no third party. Let me repeat, no third party can invest capital in our funds. Please take a note of that. Today, on 8th March 2023, I would be talking about three critical factors which would have substantial impact in the financial markets in a due course of time. Number one, 5th March 2023, the slimmer chance of Russia-Ukraine war to get over is zero because according to the public information, United States is training the Ukrainian soldiers, and the same public information reveal that Russia is holding a substantial problem because of that. To be very honest and precise, I am no one from Russia and also from United States to speak whether this is perfect or this is not. But having said that, one part is completely clear that United States is now turning out to be a party in this dispute. When this dispute started, many European nations participated in this dispute. And I am following this dispute since 2022, precisely 24th February 2022, when this dispute started. And according to the public information, many European nations they have taken a back step, except one which is United States. I know United States is not a European nation. If you open Twitter, you would get to know that Republicans versus Democrats are going on Twitter. Republicans are blaming that the Democrats spending a huge amount of money in Ukraine while the country itself deserves to have this quantity of the money because of poverty and various other issues, while Democrats have their own viewpoint in that. Of course, in 2024, which means around 9 to 10 months from now, we are having American elections. And common sense is that during American elections, the market are always volatile in nature. So now we would be see how the markets would be. But having said that, Ukraine would definitely be a biggest issue in 2024 American elections. I completely agree that American elections are at least 10 months away. But having said that, if you are following the Twitter carefully, then the media is in the picture. It means the background work of the American elections already started. And it is a common sense that US is the largest democracy, and as we speak, they are a reserve currency as we speak. So common sense is that everyone is having his or her own spoon in the cake. Second important thing is the debt. As we speak, United States debt is approximately $32 trillion, approximately. And I don't know whether American Senate would be approving additional $2.5 trillion which Biden is seeking, I don't think they should be approving, but should is a very big word, honestly speaking. But if the Senate would be approving another 2.5 trillion, which Biden is seeking, in this eventuality, the American debt would be very closer to $35 trillion. You heard me very right. $35 trillion. And probably another couple of years, or maybe by the time the new American elections would come somewhere in 2028 or 29, you can say, by that time, the US debt would be closer to $45 trillion. And this is my estimate. And God is very kind that the predictions which we made. Third important thing, and very important, is the collapse of the startup ecosystem. In 2018, when I shot my first video about the SoftBank, many people criticized that video. Einstein, Edison's, and Newtons of social media, they criticized this video. And they said that it is too early to say that these startups won't survive. But today, you all know that where are these startups? Rather, I today made the data on the WeWork. You can see that, and I would be making a separate video on the WeWork. But WeWork auditor is EY. Nothing much to tell. The accumulated deficit of WeWork as of 2021, please note as of December 2021, is approximately $14.14 billion. $14.14 billion. While the total balance sheet size is $21.75 billion, which means approximately 66%, roughly 66% of the balance sheet of that WeWork is nothing but the accumulated debt, while the auditor is EY. Now, I would be making a separate video on the WeWork, and I would be covering everything in this eventuality. SoftBank in the December 2022 quarter, which just passed, reported a loss of around $5.5 billion US dollars. $5.5 billion US dollars. Not a single quarter is now passed when SoftBank is not reporting the losses. But the beauty is the media, the regulator, the financial analyst, the credit rating agencies, including the foreign brokerage house, they are completely silent on the SoftBank. And God is very kind that if these losses would continue for another 2 to 3 years, you know what I mean. Another important thing is the ecological disorder which I envisage. We all know that Russia-Ukraine war is one side. You please keep it on the one side. But there is one thing which is getting out of it, and no one in this whole planet can run away from this, is called the heating effect. In the last 10 to 15 days, around half an hour per day, I'm sparing on the internet. When I say internet, I mean Google, taking out the information that the impact of the heat on the planet, whether the heat is cutting down, whether the heat is increasing, so on and so forth. And you would be surprised to know that the summers are yet to start. Like, we are shooting this video on 8th March 2023. I know by the time the video would be live on YouTube, it would be more than 20th March because of the workload. But if you look at Google, you would get to know many European nations have started facing the heat. Many European nations. In fact, the water crisis already started in Europe. On the other hand, the unfortunate thing which is happening and continuously happening, and we hardly bother about this, is the glaciers meltdown. Glaciers meltdown is continuously going across the globe. And Antarctica and all these places where the world left with ice, it's melting at a much faster pace. Guys, I'm telling you that in the next 2 to 3 years, due to the factors like Russia-Ukraine war, number one, number two, the rising debt in the books of United States, number three, the US-China conflict, which is going on as always, number four, I would say the huge inflationary impact, and I don't think that inflation will cool down. That's a separate thing that the central banks are hiking the rate, but that hike doesn't mean that the inflation will cool down, not at all. Plus the ecological disorder which is being created across the globe. Considering all these, I'm very much clear that in the next 2 to 3 years, the financial markets would be facing a huge volatility. And this is apparent. Example, if you look at gold, it was 1600. Many articles, videos predicted gold to touch 1400. And I know that many Einstein Edisons, they have sold also. From 1600 to gold, direct 1950. Tremendous losses to the sellers. Tremendous losses to the sellers. From 1950, as always, articles on the internet, it would be touching 2000. But from 1950 to straight away 1850. All the long created at 1950, they are in huge losses. From 1850 to around 1800, then again back to 1850, and now as we speak, 1820. It is almost impossible to predict this level of volatility. But unfortunately, we have to live with this volatility. The reason being, the upcoming times would be very, very difficult. The people who are holding the knowledge, those who believe in knowledge, those who can clearly see that media is lying, the newspaper, the articles, the paid anchors, they are lying, they will survive. They will definitely survive. But those who do not have this knowledge, they do not know how to differentiate how to differentiate these factors, they would definitely be losing. To conclude, guys, take a note that in the due course of time, the volatility levels would grow. And unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know what to say, we have to live with this volatility. We have to live with inflation. We have to live with political uncertainty. Please take a note that when I'm using a word political uncertainty, I'm talking about Pakistan, I'm talking about Sri Lanka, I'm talking about various other African nations, those who are facing the political fallout. I'm requesting you, please keep politics aside. Politics means all this, whatever is going in the media, you understand that. Strictly stick yourself to economics, financial markets, please. Pakistan and Sri Lanka, at one given point of time, they were around a huge quantity of the debt as far as their GDP is concerned, gross domestic product is concerned. Today, you know what is happening with Pakistan, you know what is happening with Sri Lanka. Almost every day, they are in the news, and unfortunately, for negative reasons. Please check Iran. Please check where Iranian rial right now as against US dollar. The earth around your feet would go away when you get the value of that. Guys, all these things are currently not covered in the media. No one wanted to discuss these things. People are busy in chat GPT. People are busy in Mr. Bill Gates' remark. People are busy on George Soros. People are busy on XYZ factors. But no one wanted to discuss these things which are hitting the impact. I'm telling you one thing, that a huge ecological disorder is on the way. The world, the humanity is completely unconcerned as far as the greenhouse gases are concerned, as far as the heating is concerned, as far as the polluting factors is concerned, as far as the glaciers melting are concerned, as far as the permafrost melting is concerned, as far as the ecological disorders are concerned. Of course, on paper, we are having a lot of conferences, seminars, and all these things are going on worldwide. But the concrete action, which should be apparent to us, unfortunately, this concrete action is outrightly missing. Rest, you please wait. But remember, in 2022, Europe was known for one reason, not for vacations. Because in 2021, people used to go Europe during summers for vacations. A lot of vacations people used to go because Europe is always cool, low temperature, lot of grass, greenery, and all these kind of things, which is definitely good. But unfortunately, in 2022, Europe was known for negative reasons, which is water crisis, glacier melting, political fallout. And as I am making this video, you please check what is happening in France. Thousands and thousands of people are on the road. Thousands and thousands of people are on the road in France. Please check yourself. Please check the reason why these people are on the road. Please check Greece also. You will get holistic information. That's the reason. Keep, this, I would say in Hindi, Rajniti, the negative thing aside, stick to the financial market, and you will see a political uncertainty is currently boiling up. Whether this is Pakistan, this is Sri Lanka, this is Europe, this is Africa, the political uncertainty is building up, which to me is not a conducive thing which is going on. Rest, I'm concerned about Russia-Ukraine war. I'm concerned about around $32 trillion worth of US debt and growing. I'm concerned about the US and China conflict, never ending conflict. I'm concerned about the Federal Reserve and the continued stupidity of hiking the rates. I'm concerned about the huge job losses which are going in the technological sector, whether this is Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Intel, you name and all big giants are in the list. And last but not the least, I'm concerned about the environmental damage which is slowly and steadily building up. Rest, the God would be the only savior. The God would save the earth. This is what I can say. But the future, you know what I mean. Anyways, guys, please be highly alert. This is what I can say. Improve your knowledge. Don't fall into the prey of media. Upgrade your knowledge. Be independent. try to understand who is speaking right, who is speaking wrong. At the end of the day, you are responsible for yourself. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number, +91 9899 242 978. Let me repeat, +91 9899 242 978. In case of more information, you can visit our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global www.fixedincome.global. Thank you guys and have a great time ahead.